If you understand how to run Google Ads, whether it's search, demand gen, or YouTube, anything in the Google ecosystem, you should be selling leads because you actually have a very unique advantage over most media buyers. Most media buyers understand how to run TikTok ads or meta ads or Instagram ads, but very few understand how to run Google Ads, especially if you have experience in a specific niche. And on today's video, Ben came onto the call. This is a Leadbase Pro call where he asked a question about, should he continue to do Google as he gets into lead gen or should he go to Meta? And I told him 100% commit to Google. Even if your Google ads, the leads cost a lot of money, you're going to be able to sell those leads for so much more than Meta. And I kind of break that down in this video on exactly what Ben should do here. I think he's going to crush it. If you understand Google ads, you can absolutely crush it in lead generation. I've spent several $1 million on Google over the past couple of years here and actually have pushed more of my spend to Google because the leads are so good. And so I hope you learned something from this video and you consider the pay-per-lead model.
What's the difference in quality going to be when I start targeting people over Meta versus Google pay-per-click? Because like I said, my existing client, they're very unsophisticated people. Their lead response is probably nowhere close to what it should be. So I've always just been happy with Google. But going ahead, I'd love to target some cheaper options. So is that really going to be a massive difference in quality for something like pool remodeling?
So do you say pool remodeling or floor remodeling?
Pool remodeling, like swimming pools.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. That's what I thought you said in the post there. I would honestly, if you're having success on Google pay-per-click, I would probably stick with that and just expand into other states. Because is that just in Florida you're running it?
Yep, like I said, just one client and one market, and I figure basically every county I can basically run a different contractor.
Yeah, I mean, I would focus on like Google because a search lead, especially for something like a pool purchase, is going to be significantly better quality than Meta across the board. Nothing, like obviously, we run a ton of Meta ads, but something, especially just with like a local contractor, that's going to be, like you said, there's going to be less sophistication in the sales process. A lead coming in that searched like build an in-ground pool is going to be obviously very like a hot lead compared to somebody who just sees an ad that's like, oh, let me check this out. So you could mix in some Meta leads, but you're going to want to have them really like, pre-qualify them a ton. So yeah, I mean, if you were going to expand into another state or county, I would start with Google pay-per-click because you already have an advantage over most people that that.
Right.
A lot of I would say 10 times more people run Facebook ads than Google ads in lead gen.
And I can see them doing it. I can look on the Meta ads library and see companies doing it. They're very unsophisticated, and my guess is they're probably getting horrible conversions, but maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe they just have a really good sales process to capture that lead. But I also did final expense insurance for a little while when I was a little younger, and I did my own leads on Meta then. And I remember that if you didn't respond to them immediately, it just did not work out well.
Yeah, very true.
Then you can use that as a sales. So many people have done Facebook ads, and honestly, if you already got Google AdWords figured out, that's a selling point, man.
Yeah, very true.
You can get more per lead just by saying no Facebook.
Yeah,
people are like, I'm in.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said, my one client, I mean, they're very much not salespeople, and whenever I ask them how their conversions are, they don't know their numbers, but they're happy, so
yeah,
they're not complaining.
Well, a pool is like 20 grand probably.
I think their average cost per job for a remodel is around 20 grand, and they do repair work and equipment stuff as well. So and I target both sides of that. But so yeah, it's about 20 grand is their average job for a remodel.
Yeah, I mean, if you go into obviously Florida, go into Arizona, California, like all these places with anywhere in the South, basically. I would specifically say we run 100% Google pay-per-click traffic. I think you could be selling these leads for somewhere between $100 and $200 pretty easily.
That's about what I figured too. I'm definitely working for far too cheap for these guys, but
yeah,
at the same time, I got paid to learn their niche, so I'm
exactly
not complaining.
It's always that's invaluable to learn that. So I think that's great, man. I think I would expand into other states with pay-per-click and go from there.
Appreciate the insight. And that's about really all I had today.
Okay, right on. Good to officially meet you on video. We'll talk soon.
Likewise.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Ben.